and welcome back to the Germain and Teresa talk series. I'm excited to be here. I really enjoyed our first video, and I want to welcome Teresa back. Teresa,
thanks for having me back.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And just before we actually talk about maybe something else, I just want to do a quick recap of what we talked about and the reason for doing this talk series in the first place. And it was just because, again, we want to pick your brain. You've got a beautiful life story to tell, all sorts of nuggets that are very interesting. So that's the purpose of the talk series. And so it is casual and it is sort of not really structured per se, but again, I just want to do a recap for the people who may not have seen video one, which I would actually encourage you to do. But we talked really about what got you going, and we had titled that video, things needed to change.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that you left with us at the end is you made a very meaningful recommendation. One was for people who feel stuck, who feel that maybe they need something. A good way to start is to look into landmark education. So that was a very good recommendation. And the second one, you also recommended a good read, and that is the book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So again, for the viewers, I would really encourage you to look into those two things because I know for sure you will not be disappointed. Now, having said that, Teresa, you talked in video one about your business that you and John, your husband, actually own and operate together, and that's your driving school. And there were some ups and downs at the beginning. It was sort of making you a bit nervous about income coming for the next week, the next month, and so on and so forth. So you decided to look into other possibilities. So tell us about what you were thinking back then and what you started to do as alternatives, if you will.
Well, like with our business, what kind of gave me the push was like our business can be seasonal. So all it does is take a snowfall and just the rainy weather would just cause, students not to want to book lessons. So I realized, taking care of at that time, I probably would have had about 4 or 5 kids. And I said, if we could just do something for extra income. And actually it was just after I had my 5th kid. And I just remember laying there, just being with him. And I thought, there's something else I can do or something else that I can learn. So my friend had brought me to this business opportunity. And I thought, I'm going to listen and, see what they have to say. But when I was sitting there listening, I was thinking about how tired and exhausted I was feeling. And so the lady says, you should just try my vitamins. And I thought, okay, I'll try your vitamins. And that wasn't the opportunity that they were, telling me about. It was something completely different. But after I had started on these products for like 2 weeks, I came back to her and I said, this stuff really works. And she says, yeah, there's a business opportunity that goes with it. And I said, I'm in. I can't believe how good I felt. And so, so that kind of began my journey into, direct sales, network marketing, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I said, I'm fully on board.
First, you were sold on the products.
First, I was sold on the product. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like a huge difference. And I had just had my 5th baby. So, I'm breastfeeding, I'm up all night. Plus, I'm driving the kids to school. I'm helping my husband with his driving school. I was maxed out. And those in the vitamins it was like that was my drug. I was like, yes, I can have energy again.
You grabbed all the help you can get.
I grabbed all the help that I can get. And it wasn't complicated help, it was just vitamins and minerals, and that I was just being so depleted because I've got lack of sleep. Of course, I'm not eating properly because I'm exhausted. And then nursing a baby too at the same time. So my body really needed just vitamins and minerals. And that's what made a huge difference. So once I got my energy level up and I thought, okay, this is something I can do like in the evening part-time, when my husband's, finished, or when we're finished the driving school, you know, I could do this in the evening. And then that's what I did. I started building business.
Excellent. You almost answered already my next question, which was, okay, so you had, or you still have actually, but at the time you had a business that both you
Mhm.
and John operated. You had
Yeah.
how many kids at home?
I would have just had my fifth baby at that
Okay, so
time.
you had 5 kids at home, and you were extremely busy. So my question to you is, how did you manage to add something else to your plate, which was already full?
You know, I really needed to add something else. Like the cost of our family and just life, it was really expensive. And I knew if I could just sacrifice, you know, my time in the beginning, that later on, you know, I would have so much more time. So I just needed to buckle down a little bit. And because I had older kids too, and my husband is like super supportive, like we're both entrepreneurs, so we get each other.
Okay.
And between, you know, the older kids' help and my husband's help, like we were able to add one more thing in. And then also our business had slow times too. So when we were a little bit slower at the driving school, it gave me more time to work on my other business. So I was able to fit it in. And the driving school phone doesn't ring 24/7, right? Like you have pauses in there. So while I'm not selling driving lessons, then I was, you know, selling a business opportunity and vitamins and I
Yeah.
was able to fit it in really nicely. So,
I like what you
and it
just
was like,
said.
yeah,
Yeah. I like what you just said when you said, like you were able to fit it in. So in other words, it was about almost like the ability to incorporate that in between your other stuff as opposed to just making it another new project on top of everything else.
yes, exactly. Yeah, and you know the thing is too, like it got me out there meeting more people, which also helped the driving school, and it also gave me a lot of training skills. So when we had started the driving school, it wasn't like I came from like a business degree or anything like that. I mean, I was just a grade 12 graduate,
Yeah.
and I didn't know anything about business, and so with starting the new business, it had those type of trainings in there, like how to deal with customers and just how to deal with business. And
Yeah.
so they worked really nicely together. Like I am so thankful for the opportunity to do what I do.
Yeah, excellent. So it was almost like cross feeding each other, like
It
the
was,
driving
yeah,
school was the base, and then you learned a few new skills through your a direct sale
yeah.
opportunity.
Exactly. And I learned the power of having a team. So in the beginning of the driving school years, we didn't have a team. We thought we didn't want to have a team because, you know, it takes time to watch them and train them and all that stuff. But
Yeah,
then I started learning the power of a team and a power of other people working with you works in my new business in the direct selling and then also works in my driving school too. So then we were able to start to hire more staff and more people for the driving school, which allowed me to even have more freedom to do my other business.
excellent. So we're just going to conclude with this. So I know, and I guess viewers probably already know that, but we've known each other for a long time, 20 years or so, and
Right?
that's basically
Yeah,
how long
yeah,
you have been with your network marketing opportunity. By the way, folks, both Teresa and I are working together in this network marketing opportunity. But so fast forward 20 years later, and so you're still receiving a good recurring income from your business?
I do. Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, it's nice because it actually just pays my mortgage, and so I just kind of let it just do its thing over there. And yeah, I get paid every Friday, and sometimes I forget to look to see how much my checks are. But you know, it just does its thing, and it's really beautiful. Like it's really nice. Yeah, it's so
Excellent.
nice to have a residual income. And the thing is too, like once you learn about residual income, you know, most of it is, you know, you got to make a record, or, you know, where you get paid a residual from that or a CD or whatever,
Yeah,
and or real estate. But those things take a lot, like a skill, or they take a lot of money. Where this didn't take a lot of money. It just took my time to build my clients, and
that's
then I have money coming in again and again, which is really really nice. And I find like my clients have been my clients for the last 20 years, 15 years too. And even if they stop for a little bit, you know, they'll still call me back, you know, and say, hey, you know what, I want to get back on my products, and so it's really nice.
Excellent, excellent. So you mentioned quite a few things that are very important. You mentioned, like the ability to work with a team, how much more
Yeah,
powerful that is. You mentioned recurring income or also residual income.
yeah,
And
yeah,
basically, again, you mentioned about, learning business skills that you can
yeah,
actually apply to other type of ventures through your
yeah.
network marketing company. So we're going to come back to those topics in future videos.
Sure.
But I just want to end with basically this stuff. I think the message is very good. Is it doesn't have to be perfect conditions. In your case, again, you already had the school, the driving school. You had 5 kids at home. You had plenty of things to do, but you were able to manage your time to, again, try to fit it in and to incorporate that into your other activity. And I guess maybe that's the main message that we want to leave with the viewers tonight, and that is you can always add one more thing to your agenda if you work it smartly.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And this is not like a job. It's not like somebody is telling me when I can take my 15-minute break, my half an hour break. You know, you have your flexibility. So if I need to talk to people at 8 o'clock in the evening because that's when my kids are in bed, well, then I can do that. And so that's the part that I really like, is that it worked with my kids. And I can even bring my kids. Like, I've had my kids come with us, and I'm teaching them how to think like an
Yeah.
entrepreneur. And that's really important to me, is, you know, is teaching them.
Excellent. So just before I let you go, Teresa, any recommendation, a good book that, again, the viewers in the context of
Yeah.
today's
Yeah.
conversation that they could read?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me go grab my book just a sec here.
Okay.
And the book that I really like, and again, my books are pretty beat up because I've used them and read them like several times. But this is called The E-Myth, and this is by Michael Gerber. And yeah, I like, his book is all about systems. And you know, being a small business, you wear a lot of different hats, and it guides you to be able to understand how to wear those hats and how to be effective in running your day-to-day businesses. Yeah,
Excellent.
but good guy.
And by the way, again, folks, the E-Myth was a bestseller for quite a long time. It is an excellent recommendation.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Teresa.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, viewers. And then again, please take 2 seconds, 2 extra seconds, and click on this video. If you're watching it on Facebook, click on the video to open it up in YouTube. And then just go below the video and either like the video or leave us a comment or a question, and either Teresa or I will get back to you. So until then, Teresa, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you to our viewers. We'll see you at the next video.